Hey everybody, welcome back to another Pitching Ninja's Filthiest Pitches of the Day. Remember, before we get into those pitches, hit that subscribe button, join Ninja Nation, and help us on our road to 100,000 subscribers. So hit subscribe, and without further ado, here are my filthiest pitches of the day. I'm going to start with Aaron Nola, who didn't have the best outing in terms of not allowing runs, but did in terms of strikeouts. He had 7 Ks in the first 3 innings and finished with 9 Ks. You can see his stuff was undoubtedly filthy, and Nola can be frustrating because sometimes that objectively filthy stuff doesn't necessarily lead to results, unless the result you want is being featured by Pitching Ninja. I mean, look at this last two-seamer to Freeman. That ran 20 inches. Justin Steele threw 5 shutout innings. Check out this painful K to Rojas that was deemed a swing. He had his filthy slider working and gave up only 1 hit and had 9 Ks in those 5 innings. Nestor Cortez had 7 Ks in 5 innings, mostly due to his cutter. I mean, the cutter has been a filthy pitch for him all year. He did give up 3 runs, which is a lot for Nestor since Nestor is an ace. But you can see how nasty that cutter is, especially when he elevates it. The Yankees broadcast had a really good view of Nestor's cutter, and I thought I'd share it with you. There you can see the release and the spin axis. Hunter Greene pitched, and he has his velo back. Look at him popping 101. But despite that velo, his truly impressive pitch was his slider. He had 2 White Castle specials. Here's one here, and here's a second one. And look at these sliders. He's buckling hitters, making them swing at pitches out of the zone. Pure filth. And the combo of his 101 heater, plus that slider, plus maybe a little help from the umpire on this one, that is going to be a tough day for a hitter. Here's an overlay showing how Greene's 101-mile-an-hour fastball and 88-mile-an-hour slider work together. They start out in the same tunnel and then head in different directions. Filthy. Alek Manoah actually outdueled Hunter Greene in this game. Didn't get a lot of Ks, but did have this filthy slider. And I thought this overlay is a good example of how Manoah's 4-seam fastball and 2-seam fastball work together. They look the exact same, and then that 2-seamer runs arm side. You can see why that little movement would be tough on hitters. It moves just enough to miss the bat. Justin Verlander had another filthy outing. He had 8 Ks in 6 shutout innings and shows no signs of slowing down. In fact, his ERA on the season, 1.22. He just might add another Cy Young Award to his already incredible Hall of Fame resume. Carlos Rodon had 6 Ks in 6 innings. Look at that 99-mile-an-hour elevated heat, and he combines it with this filthy slider. Carlos Rodon also got this wicked White Castle special looking. I am not sure the last time I saw someone watch 3 sliders like this. And here's an overlay that shows why Rodon's slider and fastball pair well together. They look the same, and that slider dives out of plane. Joe Musgrove outdueled Rodon and had these wicked breaking balls. He threw 7 shutout innings. Dude can really spin a baseball. Jeffrey Springs had 7 Ks in 5 2/3 shutout innings, giving up only 1 hit. And his changeup was on fire. Look at these things. They're unhittable. Springs has quietly been really good, and I mean really good. His ERA on the season, 1.32. Now on to my filthiest relievers. Jonathan Loaisiga, a.k.a. Johnny Lasagna, served up some flaming cheese. These sinkers ran up to 18 inches. Look at that movement. Pure filth. Not to be outdone, Clay Holmes had these sinkers that ran up to 19 inches. The number of filthy arms in the Yankees bullpen is insane. Holmes has now thrown 21 consecutive scoreless innings. Raisel Iglesias had this Bohemian Rhapsody sword, 'cause mama, he just killed a man. Or maybe it's more like a Mortal Kombat sword.
Fatality.
Jake Diekman K'd the side in his only inning of work, and I love this home plate view of his slider. Just in case you think you can hit one, well, this is what you're dealing with. Brad Boxberger had this incredible sword. I mean, look at that swing. That is hilarious. But the most amazing thing I saw yesterday, either pro or college, was Ben Joyce. The volunteer fireman throws nothing but diesel. He was basically sitting 102 to 105. In fact, he had 14 pitches this game, over 103 miles an hour, which is more than all of MLB combined this season. And it's more than just his velo. Look at the movement on some of these fastballs. These things run like crazy, which is what I would do if I was ever in the batter's box against him. I mean, look at the movement on this 100-mile-an-hour two-seamer. I put a tail on it so you can see how much that thing moves. This is absolutely insane. Joyce loves to work fast, and God forbid you're the hitter who tries to slow him down. Look at this stall tactic. Joyce is ready to go. He's basically almost chewing on his glove. Hitter gets in there, and what does he get? 105 miles an hour on this pitch. Do not piss Ben Joyce off. And in case you think he only throws fastballs, look at that changeup. That is disgusting. And now, my pitching ninja moment of zen. Remember, kiddos, hit your cutoff man.
Around first, he stops right there, and a high throw gets away from the second baseman Whitcomb all the way up against the sidewall on the right side. A throw onto third is way high. That one kicks off the sidewall on the left side. Ornelas on his way home, and he scores.